Hi, I'm Hari at Forbes India, and today there's news of one of the hottest fintech companies in the country, Razer Pay, which has raised a new round of funding and in the process tripled its valuation in a matter of 6 months from October last year when it became a unicorn. So that means it's now valued at some $3 billion. CEO and co-founder Harshil Mathur spoke to Forbes India and talked about how he will use the new funds to expand outside India into fast-growing markets in Southeast Asia, and also at home acquire cloud software companies in the finance domain. Separately, Mathur also spoke about how a fellow Y Combinator company, Coinbase, which had an IPO in the US recently, and its public listing brings a degree of legitimacy to cryptocurrency and what could be done in India. Here we go. So yeah, let's jump right in. So Harshil, you've got funding news to tell us. So please tell us what's the latest.
Yeah, thanks, Hari. I think Razorpay has witnessed a lot of growth in the last 1 year, and we have seen rapid scale up because of the pandemic and growth in online payments as well as digital banking and everything else. So we raised around late October from Sequoia and GIC at about $1 billion valuation. But given the growth in the last 6 months, our existing investors, both Sequoia and GIC, have co-led another round in the company of about $160 million. And given the growth in the company in the last 6 months, our valuation has more than tripled to a little over $3 billion right now. So it has been it has been a significant scale up in our valuation in the last 6 months. Our existing investors like Matrix Partners and Tripet have also participated in the round.
Okay. And how do you expect to use this money?
Yeah, so there are three things, three reasons for which we have raised the round. First is that on the banking and lending side, we have seen very good scale up in the last 6 months, and we want to double down on it and invest further. So from that perspective, this round will help us further expand the product suite on banking and lending side and scale up further on that side. The second thing is that we are looking at inorganic opportunities and M&A in the space, especially in the B2B SaaS space, looking at companies who can bundle up with Razorpay and help us serve our merchant base much better. So that is the second thing that, especially an increased valuation, will help us do better. And thirdly, we are looking at launching in a couple of markets in Southeast Asia before the end of this financial year on the payment side. So our payment business, we are one of the leaders in the payment ecosystem, especially in the internet ecosystem. We are one of the largest player in India today. And we want to take our learnings and the products that we have developed in Indian market to other markets in Southeast Asia, which are scaling very fast, where the tech ecosystem is growing rapidly, and where the problems are very similar that India had like 5 years back when we launched in India. So those are the three major reasons for us to do this fundraise.
I know you won't talk specifics, but can you give us a sense of the kind of companies that you want to acquire?
So we are looking at B2B SaaS space, especially in financial SaaS space, if preferably. So we are looking at companies who can help businesses. For example, we acquired this company called Opfin last year, which helps businesses do payroll, and it has seen almost 10x growth in last 1 year because of increased access to their space merchant base. We're looking at companies in the similar domain who can help simplify business financial ecosystem, whether it comes to managing tax payments, managing business reporting, managing financial accounting, to treasury management, and so on and so forth. So wide area of B2B SaaS space is what we are looking for, and we are already talking to some companies in that space.
And will you look to raise more money when you find targets, or will you use mostly what you have now raised?
I think we have well set in terms of funding and as well as in terms of the increased valuation that we can make most of these deals happen. Unless there is something really big that requires a lot more capital, I think we have enough to make some of these bets on our own.
And can you say at this point which markets you want to expand into?
So looking at like Southeast Asia, there are 3 or 4 markets which we are particularly looking at: Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, and Vietnam. We'll pick up 1 or 2 markets this financial year, launch there, and then as the traction goes, we'll expand further from there. The goal is to cover most major markets in Southeast Asia, especially the fast growth markets.
I know we spoke recently for our story, but anything that comes to your mind in terms of your neobank or the lending unit that is worth highlighting since we last spoke?
Yeah, see, I think the last 6 months have been great on that. For example, on the lending side, we are doing more than 600 to 800 crores of loan dispersal per month right now, which is significantly more than Like last year, we used to do about less than 300 crores. So it scaled up a lot. On the business banking side as well, we're powering more than 10 to 15,000 merchants through our platform today. I think the goal for Razorpay, that as I shared earlier, is to build the single platform that a business needs to manage and move money. I think we are still fairly early in that journey with payments and things we have launched in banking and lending. We're closer to that. There's still a lot of things that we need to launch.
Ask you about a couple of things that are newsworthy in the last day or so. First one, of course, is Coinbase. I think it's a kind of a, milestone landmark for the crypto community. So, I mean, help us understand the significance. What does it mean that a company like Coinbase gets publicly listed?
I think it does legitimize a lot of questions around crypto, right? Like it gives a lot of legitimacy to crypto operations, not just in US, but across the world. That if you build crypto exchanges in the right way, with the right checks, with the right compliance and everything, then you can build a legitimate business out of it. And that's what Coinbase has done. They have always been forefront in terms of compliance and AML and all of those checks to ensure that the platform is used for the right way. And the IP just proves that they have been able to achieve that in a big way. So I think that should open up opportunities for, and that should, I hope that it makes regulators feel a lot more positive about crypto and understand crypto better and understand that if you define the right framework and the right guidelines, crypto can still operate with all the checks and balances that regulators need to keep a check on it. It is my firm belief that should be the case after the Coinbase IPO.
And you tweeted yesterday about how they had contacted you in 2017. And at that time, it didn't work out because of India's rules. So any chance that you can revive those talks? And what would you like to do in India? Collaborate.
The first thing we need is regulatory clarity, right? Like a company like Coinbase can't operate in gray zones, and especially not as a public company, right? Like so, in India, still there's not clear regulatory clarity. Like you still keep hearing news that crypto will be completely banned or some part of it banned or whatnot. So we need clarity on cryptocurrency. That if government wants checks, balances, controls, everything, let's just sit out, discuss, and write it out. Because without that, it is as good as a ban. People can't operate in gray zones. You can't build a large company like Coinbase if the regulations are not clear.
But if things go in the right direction from your point of view, what kind of services can you offer your customers collaborating with Coinbase?
I don't know. Like it is still like it has been a long time since we spoke about that, so we'll have to figure it out again. But if let's say regulation were open and positive towards it, the first basic thing would be for ability for people to buy and sell crypto through their UPI, for example, through credit card and debit card, for example. If there was a possibility, I think recently Mr. Nandan also posted that how if you combine cryptocurrency with India stack, you could have a really different kind of ecosystem that not just the US but anywhere in the world has happened. So that could be a really big opportunity, and we would love to see if that is a possibility. And of course, like for people to be able to buy and sell, buy not just buy cryptocurrency, but buy and sell things using cryptocurrency on different websites. I think that could be the next big opportunity. But all of it depends on regulatory clarity coming in. If there was then like I think Mr. Nandan's posts clearly calls out what kind of ecosystem we could see.